Case study number 1, early stage e-commerce business, EcoGoods Limited. Case study overview. In this case study, you will work with a hypothetical startup business in the early stages of its development. The business is a small e-commerce venture focusing on selling eco-friendly products. You will use descriptive and diagnostic analytics to review the business's current state, explore financial reports, and help the company make data-driven decisions to drive early growth. This case study will help you understand how analytics and financial data interact in the startup phase, emphasizing how data informs decision-making to create a strong foundation for growth. The case study is augmented with a virtual podcast in which the study is reviewed using a 20-minute podcast. However, you must download and review the written case study from the Resource Center to get the full briefing.
Welcome back, everybody. Get ready for a deep dive that's going to put you right in the analyst's chair.
Yeah, we're tackling the EcoGoods case study today.
This is where theory meets practice in our business analytics course.
Exactly. We'll see how data can really drive those smart decisions and ultimately what it means for the bottom line.
Because no matter what your role is, whether you're an investor, a manager, or just starting out, understanding this data connection is so crucial in today's world.
It really is. This case study is a perfect example. It shows how we can use data to diagnose challenges, find those hidden opportunities, and to chart a path for growth.
It's like we get to have X-ray vision into how a business really works.
Exactly.
So let's set the scene. EcoGoods is a year-old startup. They're based in the UK.
Okay.
And they sell eco-friendly household products online. You know, reusable bags, bamboo toothbrushes, that sort of thing.
Right, those sustainable cleaning supplies.
Exactly. Appealing to those environmentally conscious consumers, mainly between 18 and 45. Great mission, loyal customers. But as with many startups, there are some growing pains.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And they've given us some key data points to work with.
Okay.
Including a sample financial report. This will give us a snapshot of how they're doing right now.
Perfect.
So in the most recent quarter, their revenue dipped a bit.
Okay.
To £20,000, down from £24,000 in the previous quarter.
Okay.
And they're not profitable just yet, showing a net loss of £1,000 last quarter.
And their operating cash flow is negative £500.
Right.
That doesn't sound like a recipe for sustainable growth.
Not really ideal, no. This is where our analytical skills come in, right?
Yeah.
We need to figure out what's driving that dip in revenue and how to tackle those cash flow issues.
Yeah.
Remember, healthy cash flow is essential for any business.
Especially a young company like EcoGoods.
Exactly.
So we've got this financial data, but it's just numbers on a spreadsheet right now.
Right.
How do we actually make sense of all of it? Where do we even begin?
Well, we're going to use two main types of analytics here.
Okay.
Descriptive and diagnostic.
Okay.
Descriptive analytics will help us summarize what's happened in the past. It gives us that clear picture of EcoGoods' current situation.
All right, so it's like creating a financial dashboard.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then we'll use diagnostic analytics to dig a bit deeper.
Okay.
We'll understand why certain things happen, identify the root causes of those trends we see.
So first, we describe what we see, and then we put on our detective hats and figure out what's really going on behind those numbers.
Precisely. And to help us visualize the data and find those hidden patterns, we're going to use some charts and graphs.
Okay.
These visual tools can be incredibly powerful, revealing trends that we might not see just by looking at the raw data.
Got it. So we're going to use data visualization to guide our investigation, help us pinpoint the areas that need more attention. Let's start with that revenue dip. The case study specifically mentions inconsistent sales as a major challenge for EcoGoods.
Right.
How can we use the data to understand why their sales are fluctuating so much?
So one of the first things we'll do is compare their sales figures over time. Look for any repeating patterns or seasonality. You know, did something change in their marketing?
Yeah, or did they introduce a new product that didn't perform as well as expected?
Yeah, exactly. Or was there an external factor, like a competitor coming into the market? These are all questions we need to explore.
So we're looking at the timeline of the sales data, searching for clues,
Yeah.
and considering both internal and external factors that could be influencing those fluctuations.
Exactly. And this is where that concept of data informs decisions really comes in.
Right.
By analyzing the sales data, we can make informed recommendations about how eco-goods can stabilize their revenue.
Right.
And create a more predictable growth path.
This is fascinating. It's like we're financial detectives piecing together the evidence to solve this mystery of inconsistent sales.
It is, yeah.
What other data points should we look at to get a clearer picture?
Well, we could look into website traffic data. Did traffic drop during those periods of low sales?
Right.
That could point to a problem with their marketing or website visibility.
Okay.
And we could also check out conversion rates. If people are visiting the website but not buying, that could mean there's an issue with the website's user experience.
Right.
Or the product descriptions.
So we're not just looking at sales numbers in isolation. We're cross-referencing them with other data to get a more complete view.
Exactly. The more data points we can connect, the clearer the picture becomes.
Right.
And the more confident we can be in our recommendations.
It's like building a 3D model of their business performance. This is making me think about how much data is out there, just waiting to be analyzed and turned into actionable insights. Businesses are using this information all the time to make strategic decisions.
They are, yeah.
Okay, we've touched on sales trends, but EcoGoods is also facing a challenge with customer acquisition. They have a limited marketing budget.
Right.
And they need to be really laser-focused in their efforts.
Mm-hmm.
How can data help them target their ideal customer more effectively?
Well, that's where understanding customer demographics and behavior becomes crucial. We can analyze the data to see who is currently buying from EcoGoods, what they're buying, how they found the company, and what their interests are.
It's like building a profile of their typical customer.
Exactly. Imagine we discover their core customer base is slightly older than they thought, lives mostly in urban areas, and they really go for certain types of products.
That's incredibly valuable. Instead of those generic social media ads, we can tailor the campaigns to those demographics and product preferences.
Exactly. We could even use that data to test different marketing channels. Maybe their target audience responds better to email marketing than social media.
So it's all about understanding the customer journey and tailoring marketing efforts to meet them where they are.
Precisely. Data can help us reach the right people with the right message at the right time.
It's about maximizing efficiency and getting the most out of that marketing investment.
Exactly.
So we've talked about inconsistent sales and customer acquisition, both areas where data analysis can make a big difference. But before we move on to EcoGoods cash flow challenges, I want to pause for a second and connect this back to our listeners. Think about the businesses you interact with. How could they use data to better understand their customers and create those more targeted marketing campaigns?
It's definitely a question we're thinking about. Data is everywhere, and it's a goldmine of insights waiting to be discovered.
Right. Let's tackle that other big challenge facing EcoGoods. Cash flow. We saw from their financial report that they're operating at a loss. And that negative cash flow figure is a major concern. What steps can we take to use data to turn things around?
So we need to look at both sides of the equation. Revenue and expenses. Can we find ways to increase sales quickly? Are there any operational costs that can be reduced without impacting quality or customer service?
So it's like finding that sweet spot, right?
Right.
Boosting revenue and trimming expenses without sacrificing the core of what makes the business special.
Exactly. We need to find that balance where we can improve their financial health without sacrificing what makes EcoGoods unique.
And how does data guide us in doing that?
Data can reveal hidden opportunities for both revenue growth and cost savings. We'll look at their product performance, see what's selling well and what's not. Maybe there are opportunities to bundle products or create promotions that encourage people to buy more. And on the expense side, we can analyze their operating costs, see if there are areas where they could be more efficient.
It's about making those decisions based on data, not just intuition or gut feeling.
Absolutely.
In the next part of our deep dive, we'll put on our data analyst hats and dig even deeper into EcoGoods challenges. We'll see if we can uncover those root causes of those inconsistent sales and cash flow problems.
Oh, it sounds...
Stay tuned, everyone. We're just getting started.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the EcoGoods case study. In the first part, we kind of set the stage right, examining their financials and pinpointing those challenges, those inconsistent sales, that concerning cash flow.
Yeah.
Now it's time to get our hands dirty, really get into that data analysis. Remember, we're putting you in the driver's seat here, showing you how businesses use data to make those strategic decisions.
Okay, so we've got our data analyst hats on, and we're ready for those aha moments, ones that can really help EcoGoods take off.
Exactly.
Let's start with those inconsistent sales. What kind of insights can we get from their sales data?
So imagine we're looking at a chart, right? It maps out EcoGoods sales over the past year.
Okay.
We need to look for those patterns, those anomalies, anything that jumps out at us.
I'd be looking for any big spikes or dips. Anything that seems out of the ordinary.
Yeah, exactly. And let's say we see a big dip in sales during the summer months.
Okay.
The question is, why? Is it something EcoGoods is doing, or is it something affecting everyone?
Maybe people are just more focused on vacations and less on household goods during the summer.
Right.
Or maybe EcoGoods just eased up on their marketing during that time.
Those are great ideas. And this is where diagnostic analytics comes in. We can compare that sales data with other information like website traffic, marketing spend, even social media engagement. All of that can give us more clues.
Okay, so let's say we see that website traffic stayed steady during the summer, but their social media engagement and marketing spend went down a lot. What would that tell us?
That could mean that consistent engagement is key. Especially in a world where consumers have so many options.
So even if people are still visiting the website, maybe they need that little push from social media or emails to actually buy something.
Yeah.
Especially during those slower months.
Precisely. And that's why data is so important for decision-making. It helps us understand the effects of even small choices.
It really shows how everything in a business is connected. Like those marketing decisions can directly impact sales, which impacts cash flow, and so on. It's a whole ecosystem.
It is, yeah. And that's a key takeaway for anyone in business. Whether you're in marketing, finance, or operations, you've got to understand how data connects to every part of a business. It's essential for success.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've looked into those inconsistent sales. Now, let's try to crack the code on customer acquisition. Remember, EcoGoods has a limited marketing budget.
Right.
So they need to be strategic about how they find potential customers.
They do. Let's look at their customer database. We can use segmentation to divide their current customers into groups, based on demographics, purchase history, even how they interact with the brand.
So we might find out that even though they thought their customers were younger, their core audience is actually older, like maybe 30, 45, living in cities and spending more than average.
Exactly. And maybe we also see that those customers are more likely to buy certain types of products, like those reusable food wraps or the bamboo cleaning supplies we talked about earlier.
That's gold. It means we can create marketing messages that speak directly to those groups. Instead of a general message, we can show them products and messages that match their interests and demographics.
Exactly. We could even test different marketing channels to see which ones work best for each group. Maybe Facebook ads work for one group, while Instagram influencer collaborations work better for another.
So we're using data not just to figure out who our customers are, but how to actually reach them, all while keeping that limited budget in mind.
Exactly. It's about maximizing impact and making sure every dollar counts.
Exactly. And this is where data can really help businesses, especially startups. It lets them compete with the big players by using smart, data-driven strategies.
It really does.
This is a good reminder that data analysis isn't just for big companies. It's a crucial tool for businesses of all sizes at any stage.
Absolutely. It's all about using data to work smarter, not harder. Now, let's wrap up this section by addressing that cash flow challenge. EcoGoods is operating at a loss, and we know that's not sustainable. How can we use data to fix this?
Yeah, we saw those warning signs in their financial report. That negative operating cash flow needs our attention. But where do we even start? It feels overwhelming to deal with something as important as cash flow.
Remember, cash flow is all about understanding how money moves in and out. We need to be strategic about this. So on the revenue side, are there any quick wins that could boost sales in the short term?
Maybe like a flash sale or a promotion focused on those popular products we identified earlier, or bundling products together to encourage people to spend a bit more.
Exactly. Creating that sense of urgency or offering a good deal can really help boost sales quickly.
And on the expense side, we need to really look at those operational costs, figure out where they can save money. But we don't want to compromise on quality or customer service.
Right, because that could backfire in the long run. We need to be strategic, use the data. Maybe we can look at how they manage their inventory. Are they holding on to too much stock of things that aren't selling well? Could they get better prices from suppliers by buying in bulk or teaming up with other businesses to combine shipments?
They can also look into their shipping costs. Could they partner with a different carrier or offer more shipping options to save money without sacrificing speed or reliability?
Exactly. By looking closely at their operations through the lens of data, we can find ways for them to be more efficient and ultimately more profitable.
It reminds me of those personal finance apps, the ones that analyze your spending and tell you how to save money. It's interesting how those same ideas can be applied to businesses.
That's a great point. These skills aren't just for business analysts, they're valuable for anyone who wants to make smarter decisions in any part of their life. Data can be a powerful tool for personal finance, health, even planning vacations. It's all about asking the right questions and using the information you have to make informed choices.
Okay, so we've gone through the data, found some potential reasons for EcoGoods problems, and brainstormed some data-driven solutions. We've talked about stabilizing sales, improving customer acquisition, and boosting their cash flow. But we're not done yet. In the next part, we're moving from analysis to action. We're going to use these insights to create a plan for EcoGoods growth. We'll outline specific, actionable steps they can take to reach their goals.
Stay tuned as we shift from detective work to strategic planning. We'll be turning data into actionable advice that can help EcoGoods thrive in the world of e-commerce.
Welcome back to our final part of this deep dive with EcoGoods. We've come a long way, haven't we? Examined their financials, played detective with those sales trends, and really got to know their customers through data.
We have.
But knowledge is only power when we actually put it into action right. So let's switch gears from analysis to strategy and create a roadmap for EcoGoods to really succeed.
That's it. We've identified those challenges and uncovered some really good insights from the data. Now we turn those insights into actionable recommendations. Think of this as mission control.
Right.
Where we use all the information to guide EcoGoods to that sustainable growth and profitability.
Okay, so we're moving from diagnosis to treatment, from detective work to that strategic planning.
Yeah.
Where do we begin?
Let's go back to those three big challenges: inconsistent sales, inefficient customer acquisition, and that cash flow situation.
Right.
We need a strategic approach for each one, using those data-driven solutions tailored to EcoGoods.
Okay, let's start with those sales fluctuations. What kind of strategies can we recommend to smooth them out and get them on a more predictable growth path?
Remember we talked about that potential summer sales slump? Because of decreased marketing,
Yeah.
One solution could be a stronger marketing calendar, one that considers those seasonal trends.
So instead of reacting to dips in sales after they happen, they're planning ahead for them.
Exactly. It's like a roadmap for their marketing throughout the year.
Right.
And that roadmap should be guided by data. They could analyze their past sales to figure out peak seasons and then spend their marketing budget accordingly.
So maybe ramp up those social media ads and email campaigns right before the busy season hits.
Exactly.
And then adjust their message a bit and promotions during slower months to keep people engaged.
That's the idea. They could also think about adding more products to their mix.
Yeah, the data hinted that some product categories were more popular, right?
Exactly. EcoGoods could use that to their advantage. Develop new products that fit into those high-demand categories. Maybe even limited edition products or seasonal bundles to create some buzz and boost sales during those slower months.
So it's about being creative and strategic, using the data to predict what customers will want, and making sure they have the right offerings year-round.
Exactly. Okay, let's move on to customer acquisition. We know EcoGoods has to make their marketing dollars stretch.
Right.
How can they improve their targeting, reach those ideal customers more efficiently?
Well, we talked about segmenting customers.
Yeah.
And we were able to identify those key customer profiles, like that 30-45 age group in urban areas.
Yes.
Who seem to be their most loyal and highest spending customers.
Exactly. They can use that information to create really targeted marketing campaigns. Imagine ads that speak directly to each of those groups, addressing their specific interests.
So instead of a general message trying to reach everyone, they're crafting tailored messages for specific customer groups.
Precisely. For example, for those urban professionals, they could highlight how convenient and stylish their products are.
Right.
While for families, they might focus on safety and durability.
And they could try different marketing channels to see which ones get the best results for each segment. Maybe Facebook ads work great for one group, while Instagram collaborations with sustainability influencers work better for another.
Exactly. Data can help them fine-tune their targeting, get the best bang for their buck. It's all about working smarter, not harder.
Okay, let's tackle that final challenge.
Yeah.
The cash flow situation. We know EcoGoods is operating at a loss, and that negative cash flow needs to be addressed like yesterday. What are some data-driven solutions they could try to get back on track financially?
Remember, we're looking at both revenue and expenses. On the revenue side, they could start a loyalty program, encourage those repeat purchases from existing customers.
So instead of always chasing new customers, they're building strong relationships with the ones they already have, rewarding those loyal customers who already make up a big part of their sales.
Exactly. And they can use data to tailor those loyalty rewards based on purchase history and preferences. Maybe offer special discounts on products that a particular customer group buys a lot, or send them personalized recommendations.
What about expenses? We need to find areas where they can tighten things up, but without sacrificing quality or customer service.
Of course. We need to be strategic, remember. Use the data. We could look at their inventory management, for example. Are they keeping too much of stuff that isn't selling well? Could they get better prices from suppliers by buying in bulk? Or maybe partner up with other eco-conscious businesses to combine shipments.
And they should definitely look at their shipping costs. Could they get better rates with a different carrier? Or maybe offer different shipping options, like a tiered system where you get free shipping if you spend a certain amount.
Exactly. By analyzing their shipping data, they can streamline things and save money without making customers wait longer or compromising reliability.
So it's about making those small tweaks that can add up to big improvements in their overall financial health.
That's exactly it. And that's the power of data-driven decisions. It helps businesses be more strategic, more efficient, and ultimately more successful.
So we've reached the end of our deep dive with EcoGoods. From their financial statements to sales trends to customer behavior, and then to solutions for their challenges. It's been amazing to see how powerful data can be in understanding and improving a business.
It really has. And remember, data isn't just about numbers, it's about telling a story. It's about uncovering those trends, those hidden patterns, the why behind the what. And when we combine that data with creativity and a deep understanding of our customers, we can accomplish amazing things.
Think about the businesses you interact with every day. How could they use data to make smarter choices? Improve what they offer and connect better with their customers. It's something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep that data flowing.